Welcome back Auto Reviews. Today we are diving into one of the most powerful displays of American airlift and battlefield readiness that captures the imagination of anyone who follows modern warfare. Finally, the United States Air Force's C-17 Globemaster III has been seen delivering AH-64 Apache helicopters, the iconic and deadly attack gunships, directly into theater, ready to unleash firepower on the battlefield. This combination of strategic transport and attack helicopter deployment tells us a lot about U.S. capabilities, logistics, and combat preparation, so let's walk through everything, from what makes the C-17 so effective, to why the Apache remains such a feared weapon after decades of service, and what it means for America's battlefield dominance in the 21st century. The image itself is striking. A giant C-17 with its rear cargo door open, massive engines roaring, dust blowing across a makeshift airstrip, and inside that cavernous base sits the AH-64 Apache, a machine built for precision destruction. When people hear that C-17s are dropping Apaches, the first thought might be that helicopters are parachuting out of the sky. But in reality, what's happening is a demonstration of air mobility. Apaches are transported inside these huge aircraft, moved rapidly from one continent to another, and rolled out to be assembled and combat-ready in record time. This is how the U.S. projects force. It doesn't matter if the battlefield is in the Middle East, Eastern Europe, or the Pacific, the U.S. can fly in its helicopters, ground forces, and supplies at a pace no rival can truly match. Now, to understand why this matters, we need to take a step back. The C-17 Globemaster III is the backbone of America's heavy airlift fleet. Designed to operate on short, rugged runways, it can carry tanks, artillery, armored vehicles, and of course, helicopters like the AH-64. With a payload capacity of over 170,000 pounds, the C-17 can transport multiple Apaches, or a mix of helicopters and vehicles, depending on mission requirements. It can land in austere environments, offload in hours, and then get back in the air to repeat the cycle. This makes it the ideal tool for rapid response. Imagine a crisis breaking out overseas. The U.S. President orders a quick deployment. Within hours, Apaches are loaded into C-17s, flown across oceans, and delivered straight into the fight. That's not theory, that's doctrine. That's the U.S. way of war. On the other side, the AH-64 Apache is not just any helicopter. It is a symbol of American air power. Since its introduction in the 1980s, the Apache has dominated battlefields from Desert Storm to Afghanistan, Iraq, and beyond. What makes it so deadly is the combination of speed, agility, and devastating weaponry. Equipped with Hellfire missiles, Hydra 70 rockets, and the M230 chain gun, the Apache can tear through armored columns, support ground troops, and hunt targets day or night, in any weather. Its sensor systems, from the target acquisition designation sight to the pilot night vision system, allow it to strike with surgical precision. For ground forces, seeing an Apache overhead is a morale boost. For enemies, it is a nightmare. So why is the image of Apaches rolling out of C-17s so important? Because it demonstrates integration of two critical U.S. capabilities, strategic airlift and attack aviation. It shows that America not only builds advanced weapons but also knows how to move them where they are needed most. This combination is the essence of global power projection. Other nations might have good helicopters, some might even have heavy transport aircraft, but the scale and efficiency with which the U.S. operates both together is unmatched. Let's think about battlefield scenarios. Imagine a remote forward base under threat. The local forces need close air support. Rather than waiting weeks for equipment to be shipped by sea, C-17s can load up Apaches in the U.S. or in Allied bases, fly them directly to the theater, and within hours, those helicopters are reassembled, test-flown, and combat-ready. Suddenly, the battlefield has changed. A vulnerable position becomes heavily defended, and enemies have to think twice about making a move. That's the kind of flexibility the U.S. military depends on. Of course, this isn't just about brute force. The logistics behind transporting Apaches are complex. Crews have to remove the helicopter's main rotor blades, sometimes tail sections, and secure them carefully for transport. They must ensure that the sensitive avionics and weapons systems are protected. Loading the aircraft into the C-17 requires precision, as the fuselage of the Apache fits snugly inside the cargo bay. Once delivered, mechanics and ground crews move quickly to reassemble the rotors, arm the weapons, and test systems. Within hours, the helicopter is back in the air, ready to fight. This process has been refined over decades, with U.S. Army and Air Force teams working seamlessly together. It's not glamorous, but it's the backbone of military effectiveness. From a strategic standpoint, the U.S. showcasing its ability to deploy Apaches in this way sends a clear message to rivals. It tells adversaries that America can bring heavy firepower to your doorstep faster than you can react. It's a demonstration of deterrence. Whether it's Russia testing NATO airspace, China asserting itself in the Pacific, or insurgent groups rising in unstable regions, the United States wants them to know that response time will be measured in hours, not weeks. And when the response comes, it won't be symbolic, it will be combat-ready Apaches, fresh off a Globemaster, engines roaring, missiles armed. For American audiences, this kind of deployment is also a reminder of the nation's military investment. Billions of dollars go into maintaining fleets of C-17s, training crews, and upgrading Apaches with the latest avionics. Every time we see a dramatic video or photo of this kind of operation, it's not just theater, it's proof that taxpayer money is fueling real capability. The US isn't just building equipment, it's practicing the difficult art of making all the pieces work together under real-world conditions. There's also an emotional side to this story. The Apache has been with American forces for decades. Veterans who fought in Iraq or Afghanistan remember the sound of its rotors overhead, the protection it provided during firefights, the precision strikes that neutralized threats. The C-17 too has carried soldiers to and from war zones, brought relief supplies after natural disasters, and evacuated wounded troops from danger. Together, these two machines carry a legacy of service, sacrifice, and strength. To see them working together in modern deployments is a reminder of continuity, new missions, same trusted machines, same spirit of readiness. Now let's dive a little deeper into what sets the Apache apart on today's battlefield. While many nations have attack helicopters, none combine all the elements as effectively as the AH-64. Its tandem cockpit allows pilot and gunner to coordinate seamlessly. Its longbow radar dome, mounted above the rotor, gives it 360-degree targeting capability, even when concealed behind cover. Its survivability features include armored crew seats, redundant systems, and countermeasure suites that protect against missiles. And unlike drones, the Apache has the human presence in the cockpit, capable of adapting instantly to chaotic battlefield conditions. It is the ultimate blend of machine and human judgment in combat. The C-17, for its part, represents American logistical philosophy. Where older heavy-lift aircraft required long paved runways, the C-17 was designed to land on short, rough airstrips, even dirt and gravel. It can back up under its own power, maneuver in tight spaces, and unload quickly. This makes it perfect for combat zones, where infrastructure may be damaged or non-existent. With aerial refueling, its range is nearly unlimited. It can fly from the continental United States to any conflict zone on Earth with only minimal stops. This is the definition of global reach. Together, they form a chain of power. The C-17 delivers, the Apache destroys, and the US military dominates. That chain has been tested in exercises around the world, from Europe to the Middle East to the Pacific. Allies see it as reassurance. Adversaries see it as a warning. And both are correct. When you think about it, there's almost a poetic image in a giant airlifter carrying a lethal gunship across the globe. The C-17 is the protector, the carrier, the enabler. The Apache is the sword, sharp and ready. One without the other is incomplete. But together, they show the full spectrum of American military capability, mobility, firepower, readiness, and adaptability. In the years ahead, both platforms will continue to evolve. The Apache is getting upgrades like improved engines, advanced communications, and manned-unmanned teaming, where it can control drones to extend its reach. The C-17 fleet, though already decades old, is being maintained and modernized to ensure it can serve well into the future. And behind them, the United States continues to invest in next-generation systems. But for now, the C-17 and Apache pairing is not just relevant, it's vital. It's the visible proof that America is ready, anywhere, anytime. So when you see the headlines proclaiming finally, U.S. C-17s are dropping Apaches into battlefields. Know that what you're really seeing is a snapshot of decades of planning, investment, and training. It's the culmination of lessons learned in wars past, applied to the conflicts of tomorrow. It's logistics turned into power. It's strategy made real. And above all, it's a reminder that military strength isn't just about having the best weapons. It's about having the ability to put them in the right place, at the right time, with the right support. And that's what makes the C-17 and the Apache such a formidable team. One brings the reach, the other brings the teeth. Together, they ensure that when the United States says it is ready for combat on the battlefield, those are not just words. They are reality, steel, and firepower, delivered by wings and rotors, proven again and again in the skies over every corner of the globe.